And says the pharmacy made a mistake and they gave him extra doses of the wrong medicine and he didn't realize it for months.
Turns out a study shows there are 1.5 million medication errors in this country each and every year. Kurtis investigates why you really have to look out for yourself.
You know, 350 million prescriptions get filled each year in California, and we have learned the state has no way to know exactly how many of those filled are mistakes.
I started thinking of just, what's wrong with Michael? Why is he feeling bad?
This is scary.
It is scary.
Jean Black of Elk Grove says several weeks after her husband Michael's prescriptions were refilled at this Target store, he started feeling funny.
My joints in my body was aching. I was having a little bit of dizziness and very, very fatigued.
Then Jean noticed the pills from the 2 prescriptions he was taking every single day to control his blood pressure looked a lot alike. She returned to the pharmacy.
And she looked at it and she told me that it was the same pill, that they had made a mistake.
The pharmacy admitted to putting the same pills in both bottles. That meant for 2 months, Michael was taking too much of one prescription and none of the other.
I was shocked. I really was.
Fortunately, the mistake was not life-threatening, but prescription mistakes can be.
They are basically poisons. You take too many, you could possibly kill yourself.
Virginia Harold, the executive director for the California Board of Pharmacy, says 350 million prescriptions are filled each year in this state. But she admits they have no clue how many mistakes are made because state law does not require pharmacies to report them to the board.
Most pharmacies aren't going to pick up the phone calls and say, by the way, I just made a mistake.
So the only way the state finds out about medication errors is when a patient complains to the pharmacy board. And in the past year, they have only received 307 complaints. And all attempts here at the state capitol to require any sort of mandatory reporting have failed, including a bill earlier this year.
We were saddened by it. It was a bill that would have been good for the board and would have been good for patients.
Although she says no pharmacist wants to make a mistake, they are human.
We're busy too, we get busy and we can overlook things.
Independent pharmacist John Ortigo of Sacramento's Parkside Pharmacy says one way to cut down on mistakes, don't pass up that consultation with a pharmacist.
It's also a screening device to make sure, did we get it right? I mean, if you show up expecting something to treat toenail fungus, and I'm telling you this medication is for seizures, a red flag ought to go off.
As the Blacks found out, just because a drug name is listed on the bottle, check the pills to see if that's what's really inside. Those tiny numbers and letters etched into the pills are there for a reason. Compare what you see there with a pill description required to be listed on the bottle. Target admitted the mistake in the case of Michael Black, calling it a serious oversight, and they've reached out to him, trying to negotiate a settlement. This pharmacy fiasco served as quite the lesson for Michael.
You really need to check your pills before you start taking them.
Well, the pharmacy board says it investigates every complaint it receives. They just fined the pharmacist in this case $750. Interestingly enough, one study found the majority of medication errors happen at the beginning of the month, claiming that's when the most prescriptions are filled. And if you have a consumer problem you can't resolve, maybe we can. Call the hotline Monday through Friday or go to CBS13.com and click on Contact Kurtis.